Oh, really? And how are you going to manage that? Oh, it's ugly. You gotta get it 5 feet to talk to me. Besides, I don't think the water here is poisonous. We're not around Chernobyl or anything. I wander around the forest with no special purpose, try not to get too far from the camp. After all, there was a chance to meet Ugly out there, and the natural disaster would probably be even worse than the camp leader. I sat down on a fallen tree and started thinking, why is this all happening? Why do I keep getting myself into foolish situations every time and everywhere? Having suddenly appeared in a weird pioneer camp in the middle of nowhere, I get to become a subject in an experiment and a victim. Man, I'm tired of reading. Skip. Yep. No, I get to hide in the night forest, raving camp leader and her workhorse pioneers. The stars in the night, the stars in the sky were shining brightly, perhaps giving their light not only to me and this camp, but also shine on the city where I was born and where my old home is. It was as if a pain settled in my chest. Don't think about it. It's Smash Bros days. Don't think about it. You take showers now, bro. You take showers now. I envisioned my old flat clearly, and a detestable burning started to making its way from my stomach to my throat. No, it was not wistfulness, more like a sad reminiscence. Despite all that has happened, I felt more alive in the last 5 days here than I had for the last several years there. Now that I wasn't really sure that I would wanted to get back. Only one question still ate at me. How and why I ended up here. It flared up yet again in my mind. I haven't spent much time seeking answers or even thinking about my situation lately. My thoughts were occupied with everyday routine affairs. And now in order to break away, I'll be able to wish to stay here for good. I need to understand the nature of this place. It's just that even Nightingale in a golden cage has the right to know how and by whose will he got in there. And after that, to make the choice whether to stay or not. Probably I would have been lost in my existential thoughts for a long time. But I heard voices approaching. Olga and the pioneers. They look like they're proceeding with their hike. Oh yeah, that's right, we scattered off. I headed to the camp at fast pace. I had no desire to go back to the camp leader's cabin because I surely would be scolded. Is this the sex scene? I'm just waiting for it's much worse. I think this is the day when they had the sex. No, unless that's day 6. I think it's day 5. This ending doesn't have a day 6. I mean, day 7. Soon enough, I arrived at the beach. I was alone here. A pioneer uniform was lying on the sand. A girl one. One seemed to be swimming in the water. I almost thought it was some new devilry when suddenly a voice came from behind. Skipping out on the hike? I thought you were still in the woods. Why is she freaking in a bikini? I turned around and saw Slavia in a bikini. Bro, so they had an argument. She was like, I'm gonna go take a dip. Sorry, I guess I interrupted you. That's okay. I'm almost done. Why did you decide to have a swim during the night? Well, is it prohibited? She smiled. Well, no. Plus, the water is cold as hell. It's just... Won't Olga mind you leaving early? But you did the same. Slavia gave me a quick glance. Yeah, I did. I sat on the sand and stared at the river. You didn't like the hike, did you? No, it's not that. I just wanted to be alone for some time. And I've interrupted you. No, not really. It's not like you at all. What are you talking about? Well, I wanted to leave like that. Well, I'm not a robot that can only act accordingly to a predefined program. Are you sure about that, honey boo? We've been sussing you since the beginning of the game. She laughed. Yeah, that's right. I was still puzzled, and my fatigue was also becoming stronger and stronger. This man is always tired. My mind was absolutely blank. To be precise, it was so heavy and full that not even a single idea would have the chance to dwell there. If I were to compare my brain at its prime to a broad highway full of speeding thoughts overtaking each other and causing a giant chaotic crashes, then now it's nothing but a forgotten tiny path in a distant desolate forest which is only used in times of absolute necessity. Bro, that's a run-on sentence. Damn. A paragraph in one sentence. So I said the first thing that crossed my mind. Don't you think it's all pretty strange here? Strange? Everything that happens here? It's the ideal model of a pioneer camp. Of course, it's not like I know a lot about them, but it looks exactly like I imagine it. What are you talking about? Slavia glanced at me perplexedly. Did you ever feel that you're not where you belong? I don't know. This is why we call you a robot. More precisely, not where you are meant to be at all. As if thousands of kilometers away from home, or even in another galaxy. I don't understand you. We're similar in this. I lay down on my back and looked at the stars. And what do you think if I told you that I'm an alien from the future? Are you? Asked Slavia in a dear earnest. Well, let's assume I am. How should I return to my time? Do you really want to? Yeah, all the conversations with her have to do with my situation. even the slightest hint of it, always end up in the same place. It's like she's offering me a chance to stay, almost insisting on it. Well, let's say that I'm not sure. There is, as we could call it, everything is like home to me, or rather more familiar. Practically everything is known to me, and I'm prepared for any situation. And here, it's the other way around. Literally everything, every little thing that comes as a surprise, and everything is it really that bad? I wouldn't call it bad. Unfamiliar, unclear. Sometimes it can be hard to change sometimes, especially for people with my personality. But what do you really want? To start with, I can't answer that question until I find out exactly where here is. Then go and find out. If only it was that easy. But what's so difficult about it? Everything's difficult. I don't even know where to start. I'm constantly being distracted. You are talking about it so seriously. It's almost like it's all real. She laughed. Who knows? A pretty long silence followed. Suddenly, Slavia sneezed. See, it's cold, bruh. Bless you. Thanks. It wasn't a good idea to swim at night. You could get ill. Hurry to your cabin. It's cold out here. It's nothing. I'd rather sit here with you a bit more. You know what that means. Hey, bruh. I know, Simeon, you've been waiting for this. Just don't screw it up. Now, just let me dress. I was certainly flattered, but let's go. I'll walk with you. But we didn't even walk. A dozen steps before Slavia grasped my arm. What's the matter? Oh, I suddenly felt dizzy. You mean I suddenly feel dizzy? It does. I touched her forehead. It was burning. She's sick? See, this is, I'm telling you, it's an anime. Oh my god. Bro, it's an anime cliche, bro. They always do this. She's now sick. Now you gotta take her to her cabin to get her well rested. I told you. Come on. No, I could infect Senya. Man, she ain't even there. Listen, we better go to the infirmary. And what would you do in the infirmary at night alone? It's nonsense. No, it's not nonsense. If you don't want to help, I'll go by myself. Oh my god. Where did this energy come from? She let go of my hand and was ready to leave. Oh my god. Don't get upset. Put this on, it's cold. I handed her my sweater, which I'd brought with me on the hike. Finally found some use for it, good boy. Thanks. She pulled the sweater on and gave me a tender, caring look that I couldn't argue with her anymore. Okay, fine. The infirmary it is, you say? It's not even gonna be open. What is that? Is that an actual owl? Is that a cat? Has glowing eyes. Y'all see that? 5 minutes later, we were standing by the infirmary door and Slavia was picking out the right key. Could still consider this idea quite foolish. Nobody ever died from the common cold, at least not in the past century. Couldn't see any good reason to spend the night in the infirmary. You know what you finna do in the infirmary, boy. Look, she even blushing. Finally, Slavia opened the door and leaned on my arm. I'm still a bit dizzy, she said guiltily. I think she's lying. She's manipulating you. Slavia landed on the bed and I sat on the chair nearby. Still, listen. Alone for the whole night in the infirmary? After all, at least Senya could get you a glass of water if you needed one. She wouldn't catch the illness. She's young and strong. It's all right. I don't want to bother anyone. And the nurse will come tomorrow. I suddenly imagined myself in Slavia's place. Imagine that I had spent a whole night here alone. Shivers ran down my spine. Yo. Listen, maybe I could stay with you for a while. I owed a lot to Slavia. In fact, I didn't even want to leave. What for? Everything will be fine. Thanks for walking me over. You should go and get some sleep. I still think. It's fine. For a moment, I thought. No, he was looking at that he was looking at that chest the whole time, bruh. You know what type of timing he on? Of course, nothing terrible will happen to her here, but I myself would feel more relaxed if I stay with her. Hey, at least close the curtains, bruh. Hey, I think. Oh, come on. Slavia cried out as if offended. You won't throw me out, will you? I smiled slightly. All right, but if you get infected, you only have yourself to blame. I'm already with you, so wouldn't I get affected anyway? I was happy with my little victory. Okay then. What shall we do? There should be some playing cards in the chest. Direct? In fact, I didn't know any other games except for that one and poker. Okay. We're playing games? We spent a lot of time playing. I completely lost track of time. We chatted, laughed a lot. Slavia didn't seem ill at all. Then midnight came. Time to sleep. Probably. Where are you gonna go? She gazed at me. Come on. Shouldn't be sitting in here with me. I could do it anyway. At the moment, I even fallen asleep standing up. Slavia watched me for some time. I mean, there's 2 beds. Y'all could just lay in your own respective beds. Slavia watched me for some time and then drew the curtains and said, good night. Night. Uh-oh. Ooh, whoa, hold on. I've never heard of this. Ooh, what is this? This is literally just a weird ambient sound. I lowered my head on my arms and fell asleep in an instant. Despite being exhausted, I slept uneasily. It was more of a slumber. My awareness kept me leaving and returning again. The best possible state for dreaming, something psychedelic. Bus number 410 drove past the room. It was snowing from the ceiling, and my computer's monitor suddenly rose from the middle of the table. Wallpaper blended through the walls, rubbish piles rose through the floor, and my old bed materialized in the corner. I was in my old flat again. The scenery changed to that of my own home, of my hometown. I was like running through the endless hordes of people bustling in and out, and then darkness fell on me. Primal, universal darkness. I jumped in terror. I was sweating like a river. Sylvia looked at me wordily from the bed. Just a bad dream. I attempted to smile. You were screaming. Wait, hey, yo, really? Screaming what? I don't know. It was incomprehensible. The clock only displayed, is that 12 a.m.? 12:30 a.m.? I'm freezing. Bro, they ain't got no, thermostat? Change the temps. Hang on, I'll find a blanket. I searched through the cabin for one. You know what type of blanket she wants. Swearing to myself, about how damn infirmary had nothing to cover up the patients. I'm sorry. There's nothing here. But yeah, I'll run and fetch something. You don't have to. Would you just lie here with me? It'll be much warmer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't know, man. You know, man. She was absolutely serious. Her voice sounded so piteous. What is that? I have never heard of that. That for a second, I felt I was left breathless. Are you sure that it is okay? So it's not? She asked, blushing. No, why? Ooh, hold on. Hey, I slowly took off my shoes and laid on the very edge of the couch, trying to occupy as little space as possible, trying to shrink and stop breathing. Slavia gently embraced me and rested her head on my chest. Yeah, that's better. She purred. Ooh, I hear something else purring. You know that. I was unable to say anything and just lay there calmly. Very good. Thank you. For what? Slavia kept her eyes closed and seemed ready to fall asleep at any second. For being here. It's fine. 2 minutes ago, she was desperately trying to get rid of me. No, not really. No, really. Then you're welcome. I said nothing, but I was sure that Slavia smiled. Contact us anytime, as they say. You're so kind. You care so much. Well, I try. I try for them. You know what I'm saying? You're a good friend. Friend? Well, yeah, probably. Somehow this word hit me painfully. Nah, you ain't gonna be in the friend zone, my brother. On the other hand, there was no reason to believe that I was something more to Slavia than just a friend. That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on, bro. You literally were staring at her chest the whole freaking episode, bro. What are these thoughts about anyway? You too. I just couldn't bring myself to find the right words. What's up with the you too? It's been a pleasure dealing with you. We hope for further mutually beneficial cooperation. It's cool being friends with you too. Let's go and play in the sandbox. This was twice as hard to endure with Slavia lying right next to me. I can't ride, I can't hide, and I can't even look at her without looking at her in the eyes. I know that she sees right through me. You're distressed by something, aren't you? No, I'm fine. But I can tell that you are. Well, maybe. You want to talk about it? Well, not really. In fact, there's nothing really to talk about. Bro, come on, just be honest, dog. Be honest, say it with your chest. Then you don't really know why you're upset? Yeah, probably. Then why get upset in the first place? Slavia laughed. I guess I shouldn't. That's great. She hugged me even harder. Not code now? I'm fine. Just tell me if you're not comfortable. No, it's okay. Like that time on the boat? My muscles, as if remembering the rowing competition, reminded me of a duel with a duel. Wait, was that all? I can understand why he's a little tired, because he did that and then he did the hike too. It's totally different. Okay. She said slightly and raised her head a bit. So everything is fine? Yeah, perfect. I started to worry. Slavia surely wanted something from me. Wanted me to do or say something. But what? Bro, confess your feelings, bro. That's all she wants. Are you sure? Yeah. She literally said, snuggle up with me, bro. What are you doing? Yeah. Is this another Simeon L, bro? Oh my God. Well then, have a good night. Have a good night in the arms, bro. Come on, bro. You too. There's no way y'all fall asleep. After a while, she fell asleep. I checked the clock of the corner of my eye. It was only 1 a.m. That meant she had to lie in this position until morning. I wasn't really concerned about my arm going numb. Just being so close to Slavia in such a dangerous proximity, I couldn't sleep at all. Various thoughts were invading my head, bro. This man here, bro. This man here, bro. Did she really consider the whole situation normal?
Bruh.
Oh my god, bro. Look what you doing, Simeon. You taking L's, bro. Oh my god. Now she's here, bro. Oh my god, bro. See, this is why I don't like the counselor. Look at bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. Bro, just when I was thinking how bad it would be if anybody found us, the door opened, the light switched on, and Olga rushed in. Oh my god. We missed it, bro. What is wrong with you? My heart jumped and stopped for a moment. Bro, come on. Come on, Simeon. Hey, bro, what you think I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get it on, bro. Move your big head. She started the camp leader in a diabolical, calm voice. I've been searching for you everywhere, and you escaped from the force ahead of time, didn't come to the cabin to sleep, and now you're seducing our best pioneer? What? Bro. Stop cock blocking first and foremost. You in the middle of what we got going on, bro. Move. Like, how did you even, bro? This is, bruh. Slavia instantly woke up. She was staring at the camp leader with the sleepy eyes for a few seconds and then instantly understood what's going on and jumped from the bed. Olga, it's not what you think. I just felt ill and Simeon walked me here. And then I got cold and I told him to go to his cabin. Bro, Slavia, you're supposed to take one for the team, bro. Oh yeah, sure. So you're sick, are you? I am. Nah, she's about to give you the sinuses, bro. It's over for you, answered Slavia humbly. Then you have to get treatment. She watched me menacingly. And you, get up and follow me. I understood that arguing was not an option and left the infirmary, not even looking at Slavia. Bro, that was baby boo, bro. What? We reached the square without saying a word. Olga viciously looked over at me and said, time to go home. I need to have a serious talk with you. You're not my mama, bro. Like, what do you mean to have a talk with? I'm literally, like she said, I was just helping her out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just helping her out. I felt awful the whole day. Wait. The camp leader silently following me. I wouldn't feel awful at all, bruh. You know, I just got the cold flu. I'm about to give it to you. Want to talk about cock blocking, bro? That's crazy. I think that once again, that I got into a stupid situation will be perceived totally wrong by everybody. Nothing to discuss. What if I were in Olga's place? Two teenagers cuddling in the empty infirmary at the night. Be like, hey, bro, hey, my bad. Y'all do your thing. Okay, bet. I'm a dip. You know what I mean? Just make sure you come back to the cabin. You know what I'm saying? I was worried. That's all I need to know where you were at. Okay, bet. I see you. Bet. I'm out. Y'all have a good one, you know? Like, I would have respected, bro. Like, it's a summer camp. Like, my man's trying to be the Riz Lord, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, go ahead. It's hard to come up with any apologies. The worst thing is that all these things happen so specifically to me. I've always considered myself to have an analytical mind. Yeah, you have an analytical mind, that's for sure. However, I really got put into practice. We entered the cabin. The camp leader continued the interrogation. Would you care to explain yourself? She seemed to have calmed down a bit. At least this side of her character was appealing. She was, of course, an impulsive woman, but she also cooled down quickly. Slavia already told you everything. You expect me to believe that? I can't force you to believe it, but I'm not going to invent any excuses either, because it's the truth. Facts. Put it on her head top. She looked at me for some time and then said, tomorrow I will decide what to do with you. And what does that mean? What does that mean, huh? You ain't gonna kick me out? Can't believe to turn off the light. I rolled myself in the blanket, not even bothering to undress, and turned to face the wall. Interesting. Why does she only blame me for what happened? I wasn't there alone after all. Slavia was our role model pioneer, of course, but no, I didn't intend to shift the blame to her. I just felt too ashamed for getting into an idiotic situation once again. Involuntary, with no malice thoughts, expecting not any trap. I could have laid there pitying myself for a long time, but the fatigue overtook me and I blanked out. They're just hoes mad, bro. Hoes mad. Okay, this looks like it's gonna be a good ending. Look, see day 6. I didn't sleep well. I kept waking up for a minute or two and then dropping off again. I didn't dream much. Just some grotesque images forgotten by morning. Olga woke me up. Wake up already. I rubbed my eyes open and looked at her questioningly. What time is it? Late enough. My whole body ached. My head was heavy like a bowling ball. Pull yourself together and go wash yourself up. Right now. Oh, here comes mom. I stood up, obediently took my toiletry bag and went outside. I didn't want to talk to the camp leader at that moment. A lecture was clearly coming. A hard one. Who cares, bro? Just ignore her and keep moving. I better put it off as much as I can. After all, I always did things this way. Trying not to fall asleep on my feet, I somehow made it to the wash basins. This doesn't make sense. This is what I was talking about earlier in the episode. Like, why do we take a shower here in the open where we're butt bare naked when we got a big bathhouse we could take our hiding house over there and go take a... Bro, like, what? Why? The cold water knocked some sense into me. Maybe I should pay Slavia a visit? I still have some time left. You better, bruh. You didn't get your chance. Just tell her I'm sorry. What? She need to say sorry to me. She didn't defend me when she was interrogating me. On the other hand, why should I justify myself? It was her idea. Ooh. Oh no. Is this how we get a bad ending with her? What? What did I do wrong? Besides, once again, typo, getting myself into silly situation where all odds are against me. I took a deep breath and went back to Olga's cabin to a firm intention to prove myself innocent, or at least showing that I will stand on my ground. The room was empty. I sat on the bed and dropped my face towards my hands. I need to come with an excuse. Now, a nice, unbelievable excuse. Just say she wanted to warm up, bruh. That's all it is. She won't believe the truth. And that's not surprising. If I was her, I would have believed it. Bro, I don't care about that. If it was me, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you what I saw, what I did, and the intentions. I don't care about the repercussions. You can suck it. I'm not... Like, what you finna do? Tell my mom that, he was a naughty boy? Like, okay, so what? Nothing worthwhile was coming to me. I was just sitting there, gazing at the sunrise. Okay. The door swung silently open and the camp leader came into the room. Olga, I'd still like to explain to you that no need. I looked at her surprised. I understand everything. So do you understand it wasn't what it looked like? Why, it looked exactly what it was. I don't want to condemn you or Slavia. I understand everything. Puberty, hormones, all that kind of stuff. I sighed tiredly and laid my head on my hands. What do I need to say to make you believe me? Nothing. I said it already. I understand everything. Look, then we're good, bruh. There's no consequences, right? You don't understand a thing. I muttered on my breath. Okay, head over to the landing. I stood up and dragged myself lazily along with her. But could I at least pay her a visit? Of course not. The camp leader looked at me with such a surprise if my question was something completely inappropriate. I already warned the nurse not to let you in. Hey man, me and the nurse kind of like, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I am not allowed to know how is she at least. Well, it looks like Slavia is actually sick. Exactly, bro. So what are you tripping about? I didn't manage to ask how serious it was as we reached the square already. Bro, we really gonna skip the sex scene? That's crazy. Go and take your place. I took a place next to Nick. So what happened yesterday? He whispered to me. What are you talking about? Well, you suddenly disappeared. We went to find Shirk, bro. Or no, that's the day before, right? It's called Nunya business, bro. Get off me. Get off of me. Well, nothing special. Telling everything to the entire camp was the last thing I wanted. After all, even the camp leader got us wrong. And then what would the others think? Though I've already started to think that it's not entirely wrong. The lineup consisted of a roll call and announcement that from the shower room that is closed today for prepare. Finally, the pioneers ran for breakfast, chatting happily. I miserably followed them. Frankly speaking, I was in the mood for eating at all. After hanging around near the canteen doors for a while, I turned around and headed away. I don't know how it turned out this way, but eventually the infirmary appeared from nowhere in front of me. It looked like my autopilot just kicked in. I stared at the door at a total loss. They won't let me in anyway. What can I do now? Should I wait for Olga's sentence, if it ever comes? Or should I wait until everybody in the camp knows? That's even worse. With wicked glances from everywhere, the alienation. This is what will happen for sure. No, I haven't done anything wrong. But in the enclosed circle of this bizarre society, such behavior would be treated, if not as a sin, then as a serious deviation for sure. And that means I've already got this. I've got nothing to lose. I knocked without any hesitation. Just a moment. I pulled the doorknob, but the door wouldn't open. She said, just a moment. Just wait, bro. Dang. It's locked. A few moments, I heard the key turning in the keyhole, and the nurse appeared. What's good, baby boo? Good morning, pioneer. Hi, I answered confidently. Well, you know that you're not allowed here. Well, I do, but if you... Nah, that's not the way things work, she said painfully. The camp leader's order is an order after all. But we could break rules, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me personally, I don't find anything immoral in your behavior. That's my dog, bro. Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like, what did we do wrong? Everything is justified, bro. But Olga, maybe I could do something? No, you can't. I looked at her angrily, turned around and walked away with a theatrical slowness. I didn't know what to do next. I just pressed on forward, butchered the trees that stood in my way. Is this really a big deal, bro? All we did was snuggle up, bro. Like, okay, like, this is not that deep. I recovered from the burst of rage only when my hands were hurting badly and my lips were bitten until they bled. Ugh. Nigga, go get some burnt bees, bro. Like, what are you doing? The most interesting thing is that all my unbelievable awakening in an unknown pioneer camp has turned into the most trivial life drama. It's not, bro, I don't get why they're making such a big deal in this game, because, like, it's not that deep. You just snuggled up, that's it. Like, what? A drama is as stupid as my entire existence. Yet again, I did something wrong. I thought something wrong. They got it all wrong. Fine. Just let everything be. Nobody was near the canteen. I sighed in relief and took a place in the farthest corner, hoping that nobody would see me. Somehow stuffing my breakfast in. I was about to leave already when Miku dashed up to my table. No, blah, 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 blah. I can't hear you. Stop talking to me, ugly. Nobody likes you. Leave, move, you ugly, bye. Move. I heard it from Xenia. She probably heard from the... Wait, hold on. I'm actually skipping some stuff. Wait, what? What'd you say? Is it true that you and Slavia are like that? Well, you know what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't respect the counselor. She's the only one that saw us and still already spread rumors, bro. This is crazy. She stared at me closingly, blinking her eyes. Who told you of that? Well, one would expect the rumors to spread fast, but not that fast. I started slowly going into rage mode. I heard it from Xenia. How does Xenia know about that? I mean, see, this is why I don't like Xenia. I'm so glad she's not a character ending. I would have just done the bad ending for her and left. Probably heard it from Cheese Cove. Who is Cheese Cove? Is that an actual Russian name? Y'all let me know if that's an actual Russian name. I heard it from Olga. But I don't want you to misunderstand me. It's not my business, but if you don't want to, then don't answer. But if it's not a secret... You're right. I don't want to answer. I stood up and quickly headed towards it. Yeah, like, leave this hoe. Move. It was a hot day. This amplified my anger, since I don't like the heat. Right now, though, anything could drive me out of my wits. But I had to make up my mind now on how to conduct myself. I didn't want to run into anyone, so I went into the forest where I could think calmly. Hey, bro, we're gonna run into Slavia. How many bets? I bet we're gonna run into her. I stopped in the glade and I sat on a stump. I took a stick and started to pick at the ground with it. If there's nothing that's up to me, all I can do is simply wait. Demo. In fact, what can I do? Assault the infirmary? Even if I succeed, what comes next? These are the wrong plans and strategic thinking that you should be having. You're like literally fine, Semyon. This is some things I don't like about Semyon is like he just overthinks thinks things too much. You know what I mean? Like it's not that deep. Like even if this happened and people spread rumors, who cares? Like what are they gonna do about it? Like, okay, so what? Whether we're dating or not, like that's none of your business, bruh. I don't know. They're making it seem like it's a big deal, but to me, it's just not a big deal. Try to bring up Olga to her senses? Hardly possible. Funnily enough, this whole enigma turned into a simple everyday situation. If it was happening in my world, there would be no problems at all. And there's still no problems, Semyon. They're just tripping, bro. Do your thing, bro. Come on. Really, what's the problem? Even if I did sleep with a girl, who cares? Right. Even if it was an actual 17. And even then, nothing terrible would happen anyway. What is 17? It would be slightly more awkward, but still tolerable. And now what? I'm not the master of my fate. This is very, very different. Because like it almost felt like with the other endings, it was completely okay if we talked to these girls and like proceeded further with our relationships. But with Slavia, it's just different. Like even with her, some of her reactions and responses to certain things we already seen in the game, like it just happened differently because we're doing the Slavia route. Although, was I ever? Is there anything at all that was up to me in my entire life? Have I ever reached any peak that I was seeking? And now, once I've reached one, I can't hold my ground? Maybe I was just a spectator from the very beginning? My mystical appearance in this camp, all the local residents, all the events that happened to me. All that is just a weird game, and I'm only a pawn. And if that is so, I still would play out my role to my best. I got up and headed to the camp, prepared to take no prisoners. My plan wasn't completely finished in my head, but I've made up my mind already. There was no one at the camp leader's cabin. I rummaged through the cabinets and packed up a sleeping bag, a winter clothes, a flashlight, and some other garments I found. What are you doing? I came out and immediately ran straight into Elisa. Bro, it's not that deep, bro. You don't need to pack up your stuff. Going for a hike? Yeah, for a hike. I reassured her. We'll take care. I'm not into you, move. She gave me a sly smile and went her way. Yeah. I hastened my steps to the infirmary. The nurse is a human, too, in the end, so eventually she would go in to lunch. I hid in the bushes waiting. Time flew by fast. My thoughts had settled and I had a firm decision. I haven't thought my plan out beyond the first steps. I simply didn't care. The most important thing is that I act the way I think is appropriate, or whatever happens next, I let it happen. At last, the nurse came out of the infirmary. She looked around and noticing no danger. She locked the infirmary with a key and quickly went towards the canteen. She went around the corner. I got to the window in a few bounds and started hectically knock on it. Oh, she's here. Oh, yes, sir. Slavia showed up soon. Semyon, what are you doing here? You're not allowed to. How are you feeling? I'm fine. But Olga told me to stay here for another day. She told me something completely different. Okay, get out. I said with confidence. What are you talking about? What for? She asked fearfully. Get out now. I'll explain everything later. She looked at me closely for a while, but then opened the window without further agreement. Yes, sir, that's my girl right there. Let's get out, bro. Let's get out. I helped her jump down to the ground. Okay, what next? Let's go. I grabbed her hand and made my way to the forest. Screw these hoes. Slavia stopped for a few minutes later. Semyon, just what are we doing? What's wrong? Do you think that everything was right the way it was? No, I don't, but it will be even worse this way. Why? We have a right to act the way we think is correct. Was that even a sentence? We have a right to act the way we think is correct. What the heck? Okay, but what will happen next? I haven't thought about it yet. Every step in my plan had gone quite well until now. I wasn't even keen on thinking about one step ahead. Take a look. I opened the bag and showed things I took from the camp leader's cabin. And Slavia looked at me inquiringly. I don't know. We'll stay in the forest for a while. Show them that our opinion matters. But that's stupid and childish. Right. Well, if you don't want to. She gave me a lamentable look. I'll do as you say. What? These words gave me the creeps. As you say. Nobody ever had said anything like that to me. In any case, I think this is the best decision for now. All right. I think she just wants to be around us. Who cares? We just wanted to get out. Escape. I respect it. I laid the sleeping bag on the ground and we sat on it. So what are we gonna do? I don't know. I've never been so close to utter failure. No, I was questioning my choice, but indeed, I had no idea what to do next. What would you suggest? It'd be nice to have something to eat. Man, you ain't got no grub, her. Have you brought anything with you? And that was exactly what I'd forgotten. No, I haven't. I replied slowly. That's fine. We kept sitting in silence. I wonder if they will look for us. Though even if they do, they are unlikely to succeed. The forest is big enough. But food. God dang, I hit 200. By the way, shout out to y'all, bro, for 2,300, bro. God dang, I just hit that hoe. That's insane. Y'all are real ones. I'm still working on the 1,000 subscriber special, so be on the lookout for that. It takes time to cook, bro. You gotta let it cook. By the evening, I'll get hungry too. Okay, stay here. I'll be right back. Where are you going? To get some food. Maybe we should go together? No, I'll be right back. I mean, I would have done that. Screw what the camp leader talking about. I headed back to the camp at the rapid pace, leaving Slavia alone in the glade. I'm absolutely certain that she won't go anywhere, and will wait for me. I wish I was as certain that I'll remember the way back as well. See, you don't even know where you're gonna be going back to. That's crazy. Even though they haven't started to look for us for both of us yet, then surely they will have found out Slavia is missing. So I have to move carefully and try not to get noticed. In general, every single pioneer was a threat now. Not only those who knew me, but such an obvious kidnapping would be surely known to everyone in no time. Bro, you just worrying about the wrong things, bro. It's not that deep. While getting to the canteen in a few sprints was not hard at all, I had no idea what to do next. I can't just walk in there like nothing happened. Yeah, you can. Like, I don't want to hide nothing from y'all. Like, screw y'all. Up is ugly. You gotta get it 5 feet to talk to me. I almost jumped out of my skin. Ugly was standing behind me. Getting hungry? She stared at me. Come on, why so quiet? I was tongue-tied for a moment. I couldn't think of an answer. So why have you come? All right, so this is an option that we have to pick. That's definitely different. I want to get something for Slavia. Oh, really? Yeah, really. Okay, I'll be right back. Much to my surprise, Ugly didn't ask any awkward questions. I mean, maybe they're homies or something. Maybe she's like, oh, you know what? I get you, bro. I get you. You know, it's a dap up homie moment. Like, I'm gonna help you out real quick. In the blink of an eye, she zipped out of sight through the doors of the canteen. I was wondering whether she should trust her and wait, or should I flee before she returned with backup? However, Ugly interrupted my doubts so quickly as she reappeared with a couple of minutes with a plastic bag in her hand. What did you do? I don't trust that. You're gonna feed her food poisoning. Here you go. It was a bag full of buns. That was it? Just buns? Few packs of kefir. What is kefir again? I forgot. Oh, it's a drink. A fermented milk drink. Ugh. Y'all be drinking milk? Huh? Or fermented milk? I don't even know. I'm not gonna trash on it because I don't know how it tastes. But it look like there's cottage cheese in that. What the heck? I mean, it looks like it's healthy. It has millions of probiotics. Bag full of buns, and I had a few packs of kefir in it. Why? Well, because it's brave and cool. She smiled slyly. Best regards to Slavia. You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Ugly stocks are going up. Not enough to change her name to whatever her name is called, but ugly stocks are going up. And you know what? That was a W moment. I stood there for some time in confusion, but then went back to the forest. Hey, he saved you, bruh. It was completely unlike Ugly, but frankly speaking, I was thankful to her. In the end, I couldn't get food by myself during the day without getting myself into trouble. Upon getting back to the glade, I found Slavia sitting on the sleeping bag in the exact same pose. Here. I gave the bag to her. You got it so fast, she said excitedly. Well, I found help. Slavia gave me a questioning look, but didn't go into the details. We ate busily without saying a word. I sighed with satisfaction in the end. Good. Really good. Yeah. Y'all have no protein in that hole. Bro, y'all about to be hungry the next 30 minutes. Agree with Slavia. What are we gonna do now? What we couldn't do yesterday, you know what I'm talking about? Maybe you have any suggestions? About what? Well, at least how to deal with the camp leader. I don't know. And are you sure? Yes, I am. I interrupted her. This is an act of protest, after all. She must be aware that she can't order me. Dang, bruh. Assert your dominance, looking ass. I stuttered. Orders around. I felt like I've said something stupid. Even if it was indeed Olga. Even if I was indeed Olga's errand boy. Slavia was. You're funny. She gave me a cute smile. We could just go and talk with her. But if you want to sit here and wait, I'm fine with it. I tried to talk to her. Are you sure you did it right away? What is the right way? Be honest, I didn't know the answer. Just say y'all are dating and then it cleans up everything. Such awkward small talks were always something of insurmountable task for me. I bet if I knew how to deal with such cases, things would go another way. Of course, since I was afraid and blaming myself there was no chance to be confident. I don't know. Slavia burst into laughter. What? Nothing. I just feel like a princess who was saved from an evil witch's castle by Prince Charming. What? I looked at her carefully. While all this sounded quite romantic, I thought that Slavia had just said that what Slavia had just said was absolute nonsense. But generally, Olga was an evil witch. It makes some sense. Yes, the similarity is definitely there. I said it, spelling out every word. And princesses are given no choice in such cases usually. Slavia continued in a cryptic tone. Given no choice? That's impossible. It's me who has no choice here. Sit here and wait until I get back to my reality by some miraculous chance? Does Slavia have anything in common with me? She is a role model pioneer, a hardworking and beautiful. She has hundreds, if not thousands, of options. This is the moment I've been dreaming about all my life. Such an unreachable girl as Slavia, not only sitting next to me, speaking and laughing, but completely dependent on me. But is it a good or bad thing? What should I do next? There were more questions than answers. When it's hard enough to make a decision about my own life and take responsibility for my actions, how could I do that for the both of us? Now, before I keep myself distant from such problems in the hope of everything resolving on its own without my input. But I couldn't act this way now. Not even because of the fact that heaven knows only where and what time I was. You know, I could be wrong. Slavia looked at me inquiringly. We won't achieve anything, indeed, by just sitting here. And not just that. It's stupid and childish. You were right. And what should we do then? Let's go. We got up, and I took the sleeping bag and headed to the camp, holding Slavia by the hand. Soon we came to the square where Olga was standing as if she was waiting for us. Goofy, long time no see, she said angrily. Do you have something to say to excuse yourself? All right, so this is where we do another option. I have nothing to justify. So we have to do the I have nothing to justify myself for. I replied calmly. Oh, really? Okay, then. So you think all of this is normal? Fine. She paused for a few moments and turned to Slavia. Go to your cabin. I understand that you're not the one to blame. Slavia didn't move an inch. She just lowered her eyes and held my hand even more tightly. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, W's. Slavia. As you could see, she doesn't want to. What did you say to seduce her? Oh my God, I said nothing. I started losing my cool. Oh my God, he's about to get mad. He started acting misogynist in this bit. Why do you think we've done something wrong? We haven't done anything at all. As if I haven't seen it. She grinned. So what have you seen? She paused, but continued a second later in the same tone. I seen enough. What is that? That's like the stranger saying I have no time to explain for what I don't have time to explain. Like, what does that mean? That's a nothing answer. Wow. Oh my God, he's getting disrespectful. Oh no. Wow, you're so good at drawing conclusions. Getting a job in the secret police. Man. Hey, yo. That's disrespectful. Stop it with your rudeness. I didn't even think of starting it. Ooh, I said sarcastically. Okay, your time is up, and I'm not willing to continue to this pointless argument. You're grounded till the end of the session. Oh, really? And how are you going to manage that? Semyon said, hey, bro. I got the belt now, bruh. I'm doing the beatings. That's crazy. The disrespect is unreal, bro. I like this part of Semyon right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'll lock you down in the cabin. And what if I object? Olga gave me a surprised look. It was just now that I realized a crowd was gathering around us. Oh, we about to do it in front of a crowd, bro? I could spot Lena, Elisa, and Ugly in the crowd. Oh, no. Public embarrassment, no. What do you mean by object? Said the camp leader slowly. I meant exactly what I said. But you can't. A true pioneer. Well, that means I'm a false one. Olga paused as she was pulling herself together. You think I can't force you? Oh no. And how would you do? I laughed empathetic. Bro, in front of the crowd, bro, this is toxic. Wait, this is way more toxic than I expected it was gonna be. Ignoring the various mystical forces that I at least was concerned with about right now, the camp leader indeed had absolutely no idea forcing anything. You know what? What? It looked like Olga was already understood that she had lost, but she couldn't admit her defeat because of her pride and her position of the eldest and wisest in the camp. Y'all bring communism in this, man, if you don't get out of here with that. I'll send a report to your school. You will be accepted to the... Man, screw school, bro. I don't want to be them freaks. You won't be able to join the party. I had no way to respond such against serious threats. Accepted, you have no choice anyway. Sabu had kept silent until now, intervening in the matter. Olga, why do you assume you're right from the start? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. W's in the comment section. W's. Yes, sir. That's crazy. Nah, this is my best. Nah, you know what? I had a lot of preconceived notions about Slavia, but nah, she's the best one. This is the best ending. The best ending. I don't even care how it ends. For all I care, they could get run over by an 18-wheeler truck when they go out to the freaking road. I don't even care. This is the best one. This is like, so far we've seen some development. We've seen something. Like, bro. And why do you assume you're right from the start? Why is Semyon always to blame for everything? What's so special about what has happened? What have we done wrong? Are you even sure what you're what you are blaming us for in front of the whole camp too, bro. Oh, yo, I wonder what the bad idiot looks like. And if it was anyone other than me standing here, would you act the same way? Slavia, you should know that that's the point. I know everything. I know you. I know that Semyon hasn't done anything wrong. I know you're prejudiced against him without any clear reason, by the way, even though he is trying his best. Ooh, I like this feistiness. Yes, it looks awkward at times, but I know he puts all his energy and his heart into it, and you're going to blame him just because he is the way he is? I was charmed by Slavya's monologue, listening to it without really getting whether she was praising me, declaring facts, or stating her opinion, which is probably prejudice. I guess her exact words flew over me. Just the melody of her voice was enough for me. It hypnotized and carried me from the sick woman in stupid pioneer camp while calming and healing the wounds in my soul. Okay, I don't know what to do with you anymore. Olga calmed down a bit. But I don't think that I approve of your behavior. She turned away and sliced through the crowd and headed to her cabin. Oh man, you know she was hurt. And bro, now she had to go through this was embarrassing, bro. That was embarrassing for her. I ain't gonna lie, bro. She took the L on that. She turned away, sliced through the crowd and headed to her cabin. Expected a storm of applause like in American movies, but the crowd just started to dissolve quickly as the show began. Look at these world star hip hop looking at, like, bro, I swear, I hate these people, bro. Like, at least applause, bro, if you're gonna sit here and act like this is a show. And Ugly just winked at me slightly. Well, you know, we kind of overdid it. I looked at Slavia. She was smiling. No, not at all. I'd be arguing with her until late at night, and you nailed it right and clear. I wouldn't get the right words like that even if I had entire week to think. Oh, come on. Oh, you got her blushing, yep. What? That's the simple truth. It's not a trace of lies or flattery. She gazed into my eyes and burst out laughing. I just said the first thing that came to my mind. And this is how it turned out. You first thought it was the right one. And that's how the saying goes. I guess it is. I just noticed that we were still holding each other by the hand. Feeling a bit awkward, I tried to pull my hand away free, but Slavia didn't let me. This gave me the chills for a second. Where would we go? I had no desire to go back to my cabin. Strictly speaking, I didn't want to stay at the camp at all. Would you say if I suggested we turn to the force? She looked at me with surprise. But you know, it's just sometimes. Okay, let's go. I wasn't expecting such a quick response, and I had no idea how to finish my sentence. I was just going to tell her about a feeling I get sometimes when you want to go somewhere outside of your comfort zone, for a while, at least for a couple of hours. I used to do this before quite often, visiting foreign districts or even neighboring cities. New places seen and sceneries calmed my heart and helped me to realize that the world is not limited by apartment walls or daily route to university or the workplace. Thus, there are people who are doing better or worse than me. And so, typically, my problems are not as bad as they appear to be. I suddenly smiled. What? Nothing. I just remembered. Never mind, let's go. We headed to the forest, still holding hands. W couple. Eventually, we came to the glade. Probably the one where we sat an hour ago. Or could it be a different one? I couldn't distinguish the one from the other. Here? She gave me a questioning look. No, let's go further. Okay. How further, bro? After half an hour wandering through the forest, we came to a small lake. What a nice place. You're right. Slavia smiled whatever. I'm not gonna say that. Then I suggest we stop here. Nice place. I put a sleeping bag on the ground and sat on it. Slavia did the same. What are we gonna do? I don't know. It was your idea to go into the forest. Yes, mine. I had to make a decision once again. While I had absolutely no idea what could we do. We could talk, for example, but about what? Oh, come on. Don't get so anxious. Slavia laughed. I'm not. I could see you are. Well, it's just because it's fine. As you say. I sighed and stared at the ground. Maybe can you tell me about yourself? Well, there's really nothing to talk about. It's impossible that there's nothing of interest in a person's life at all. How so? I'm an example of that. She hesitated. Could it be that you're not telling me something? Like what? I don't know. Like you're hiding something from me? Yeah, I am, but I don't know if you're gonna believe me. But why would I? How would I know? You know better. Well, I don't. Like you said it like... How? Not right. Slavia laughed again. I'm sure that anyone but her would not be so calm here. Okay, what do you want me to talk about? Well, tell me about yourself. Anything interesting that happened in your life? Right now, I was definitely sure that was nothing interesting in my life at all. Okay, let me think. I made a smart face. When I was a kid, like 6 or 5 years old, I guess there was a small hut near my family's country house. A solid one. I made from the wooden boards with a tapered roof, so it could be used as a bomb shelter in case of war. So one day I was sitting on top of it with somebody and suddenly fell off. There was beds of strawberries behind it. And those split seconds I was falling, I thought that's it. The Grim Reaper had come for me. My entire life ran through my head. Life just 6 years long, but still. So I fell into those beds and obviously didn't feel anything as there was plenty of soft ground there. So that's the story. Slavia laughed. That's so silly. I didn't think so at the time. And what about now? I don't know. I guess it is. Fine. Tell me something else. You'll call it that silly too. No, I won't. Started thinking again. Also, I once fell into a pond from a bridge and almost drowned. Your stories are all... Slavia said in an annoyed tone. I told you, there isn't much to talk about. So I told you the first story that came to my mind. Ah, speaking of which, the lake. Why don't you tell me something about you, Slavia? Slavia looked at the water. Let's go swimming. I'm not really fond of that. I don't even have anything to swim in. Oh, come on. She gave me a captivating smile. Well, I don't know, really. Of course, I was eager to agree, but I still hesitated. Oh, come on. Slavia laughed, and ran off to the lake, unbuttoning her shirt on the way. Well, I settled from the sleeping bag and slowly headed her way. Why is she... Okay. You know something finna happen, bruh. What is this art style, bro? Come here. Well, I'm not sure if I want to. I'm almost slowly. Come on, it's fun in here. She didn't seem to feel awkward about my presence at all. Well, I wanted to tone away at first. Here's the question. What is more appropriate here? Slavia thinks it's okay and I act awkwardly, it won't offend her? But that isn't the most important thing right now. Why is that even a thing you should be thinking about? I didn't bring my swimming trunks. I guess it wasn't the most suitable excuse at the moment. So, neither did I. Slavia said with a voice quieter. Don't be afraid. I'm not. There's nothing to be afraid. So get in. I don't know what to say. Probably want to comply, but with everything that happened some other way. Not in such a spontaneous and random manner. And really, why is Slavia so friendly to me? Is there something more to it than that? I really don't get it. It's up to you, he said disappointedly. Like the fire then. For what? Because when I get out, I need a way to dry myself. Oh, yes. Fine. I went back to the sleeping bag and picked up branches on my way. Collecting firewood wasn't a problem at all. But how do I light a fire? I had neither a matchbox or a lighter. Like every educated person, I knew it was possible to do one by rubbing one stick against the other. But I'd never done this before. I think you need a flint or something. Well, I had no other ideas. I started to drill one into sticks slowly. Luckily, the sticks that were dry enough because otherwise I had no chance. I was quite skeptical about my chances, but after just 1 minute, smoke appeared and the faint fire flared up, dying out a moment later. It was clear that I could handle this way of starting a fire. It took me another 20 minutes of suffering, but in the end, I had a small fire burning next to the sleeping bag. You know, this is how anime be doing it. They just instantly pop the fire, but really, and realistically speaking, you can't actually do that. I was throwing more sticks into lazily. This is how it turns out. A man can adapt to anything, so I could probably even survive us in a snowy forest. My survivalist thoughts were interrupted by Slavia, who suddenly appeared right above me. Wow, you're good. I lifted my gaze and I quickly turned away. She was wearing a shirt, but thanks to its dampness, it wasn't hiding much. It wasn't a problem in the length, but it was quite different when she's so close. One wouldn't get lost with you. Slavia sat her back against mine. Hope it will dry off quickly. Somehow I was hoping so too. So what? What? I asked with a muddled voice. Tell me something else. I don't know, really. I felt like something was stuck in my throat. Storytelling was definitely out of the question. You've gotten so stiff suddenly. Really? Why would I? It's nothing, just... I had a feeling that I won't be able to sit like this any longer. Animal instincts were clouding my mind. You think this is normal? What? Sitting like this? What's wrong with it? Seems like Slavia really didn't understand. Well, you are... Do you really not get it? I sighed helplessly. Well, I'm not really sure. Her voice sounded cunning. What do you think? Well, maybe we shouldn't hold back. Her words flashed through my head. She's given her consent. Of what? Y'all about to do it? What? What? How did y'all know that? Oh, whoa. Oh, yo. I'm gonna have to edit this video when the door is locked again. Yay. Something wonderful happened between us. Something I couldn't even dream of 6 days ago. Maybe here it is. The reasoning for me being in this camp. That was amazing. Yeah. For a while, we just lay close to each other. It's getting chilly. Hang on. I unfolded the sleeping bag we got inside together. Slavia rested her head on my shoulder. Mind if I take a quick nap? I just feel so tired. Sure, go ahead. Soon her breathing became deep and steady. The wind quietly rustled the leaves on the trees around us, and the grass was swaying next to us, and tiny bugs buzzed annoyingly overhead. Suddenly I realized this was the best place I've ever seen in my life. Thinking that, I fell asleep. This is a long ending, y'all. I'm recording up to 3 hours, so we're gonna have to cut this into parts. I opened my eyes and saw the top of the oak roaring above. A strong wind had risen, chilling me to the bone. This full moon was staring at me, and the night has fallen. I couldn't really tell what time it was, but it didn't matter much. Slavia was still sleeping. I tucked the sleeping bag around her cozily, got dressed, and headed to the lake. I was really thirsty, and there weren't any other options available. Besides, I don't think the water here is poisonous. We're not around Chernobyl or anything. Oh man, if that's a good Russian joke, I think that's a good Russian joke right there. At least I wanted to believe that. Hey, yo. I scooped up the water and eagerly dipped my face into my hands. The water tasted so good that I felt like it came from a spring, not a lake. My reflection stared, blurred in the water and touched by the moonlight. Seemed to be smiling. Weird, I didn't even notice. Overjoyed, I headed back, fully intending to sleep till morning. A twig snapped nearby. I turned to see what made the noise and saw someone behind a tree. Who's there? Called out, worried. There's no need to scream like that. The voice! The voice seemed familiar. Bro. Yeah, you mad, huh? We sitting here doing our thing. I came closer and I saw Lena. What are you doing here? Taking a walk. At this time? What? I can't? No, it's just strange. I leaned against a tree and pondered. She's definitely here for a reason. Look, I never fell in love with you, so get off of me. Besides, we barely made it here. You can't reach this lake on a walk. And even at night, Slavia sleeping a dozen steps away was a clear view. What? Were you going to say anything? Am I supposed to? Up to you. I don't get what you're saying. Okay. This must be Lena's theme, because it always plays when she's here. Okay. Been here for a while? Well, not that long. How long is that? Not long. Lena snapped. Alright. Is that all? I don't know. We stood silently a while longer. You should probably get back. Slavia will get cold. You saw? It was hard not to see. So you see everything we did? Peeping Tom had us. You think that... Well, what am I supposed to think, huh? It seems clear as day, I guess. So you're not gonna say anything? What else? What is there to say? After your show at the square today, words don't seem to be needed here. There was no show. It's like I'm justifying myself to her. That's none of your business anyway. Exactly. It's your business. Just be careful. Watch out. What are you talking about? If everything comes to you so easily, you probably won't value it at much. Though you should. I don't get it. Like Slavia, bam, bam. Time is magical. Then you do it another time and another, and then you get tired of it, maybe. What are you talking about, bro? That's what I'm saying. You need to cherish what you have, even if you don't put much effort into it. Okay, thanks, Mom. Bye. I'm heading back. If you think I'm treating this like a game, you're totally wrong. I don't think that. It's possible. Besides, how about staying out of things that's none of your business? Thank you. Move. I'm just giving you advice. Who? Ask. I don't remember asking for it. That's my deal, bro. That's my deal, bro. That's my deal, bro. Back me up, bro. I think you should pay more attention to what you're doing and planning to do so you don't feel any torturing regrets later on. She's just mad that it's not her, bro. Get out, bro. I don't care about you. Look, this is starting to sound like a threat. Huh. It really is. Well, maybe so. Lena said mysteriously. So you... No, not at all. Not now, to be precise. She added in a whisper. Lena turned and headed into the depths of... Bye! I don't care. Leave. I didn't stop her. When she was almost gone from sight, I noticed something in her hand blinking in the moonlight. What a strange girl. What was she doing? Taking pics? She really is the feds. I don't know when she got the Fed allegations, but I just made it up. I sighed and returned to Slavia. She just mad I got her... The girl that she didn't want me to get right in my arms. Like, yeah, what you gonna do about it? The warmth of her body kept me from the cold of the night. I was hoping to keep Slavia warm as well. Yes, sir. That's a W ending. I ain't gonna hold it to you. There's a day 7? Bro, the guy don't say anything about the day 7 though. This is probably when we leave. Oh my. Yo, I don't think I can show this, but y'all gotta know what I'm looking at right now. This is this is very deep. I don't know how this video is gonna get monetized, but we gonna work with it. I woke up with the first rays of the sun because of the cold. Obviously the sleeping bag was warm and I had enough time to be covered up with a hoarfrost, but it was still a novelty for me to spend the night in a forest, carefully in order, to avoid waking Slavia up and got out of the bag. Fresh morning air. Bro, if y'all can't see the subtitles, cause I gotta censor this, bro. I gotta, yo, this fresh morning air just finally dispelled my drowsiness and the serenity of the last night swept over me. I guess it was the happiest moment of my life. Intimacy, tenderness, love, passion, and all those emotions interlinked me during those short hours. I looked at Slavia and she was beautiful. Her face was set in a motionless expression with absolute tranquility and peacefulness. I guess that's how angels sleep. As I had no wish to wake her up, I sat her down by her side and observed the way the morning began. Nature, the fresh dew, the light wind, dancing trees, and patches of sunlight on the water used to be the alien to me. The concrete jungles of the huge city were the only forest I had known before. If someone had told me that I could just sit and enjoy things like that, despite the cool night and annoying mosquitoes without the computer or internet, I definitely would have believed them. Look how she opened her eyes. Good morning. She looked at Slavia. Morning. Did you sleep well? Better than ever. Me too. She reached out and kissed me. God dang, is it like that? Okay, is that okay. The kiss seemed everlasting. Bruh. You get it? You get it? Bruh. You get it? Okay, I'm gonna shut up. And I just dissolved in her. Having breakfast would be great. Slavia finally spoke, letting go of me. Yeah, I guess so. Do you know what time it is now? It's morning, that's for sure. No, but I think it's still early. I hope the canteen's already open. I'm so hungry. Me too. Y'all get dressed, little freaks of natures. We got our things and walked up to the camp, holding our hands. Look at the love couple, W couple. The canteen was indeed open, and strangely, we're its first visitors. Oh yeah, that's because this is day 7, so every ending has a day 7 then. Canteen was indeed open, and strangely, we were its first visitors. It wasn't a surprise that breakfast wasn't all that luxurious. Oatmeal, 2 eggs, dry bread, and watery tea. You know, I never liked the local food. Me either, to tell you the truth. Slavia laughed. But there's no choice, and it's quite good on an empty stomach. That's right. She was eating carefully. I'm dropping the porridge on my shirt, spilling tea over myself as usual. This is completely different from the other endings, bro. Cause I don't even think the cafeteria was open, bro. Like, is this the real canon ending, bro? Do you always eat like this? Anything wrong with that? I asked with a mouth full. She just laughed. Oh no, not always, but it happens when I'm really hungry. Of course, I could be more civilized. Well, I can try at least. It's no worries, it's nothing. As soon as we finished breakfast and went into the exit. Hey, what's up? This is about to be awkward. No sooner I had noticed that we were the only people in the canteen than Olga appeared on the threshold. Oh, it's you. You got any words to say? Maybe an apology, Olga? Well, I won't ask where you spent the night. So it is. The camp leader was obviously embarrassed. Honestly, we should be a little bit more respectful. I think definitely we put a point across with like what we had to say, but we don't have to be rude to her. You know what I mean? Obviously, she just cares for our well-beings. Maybe she does have some preconceived notions, but at the end of the day, bruh, it is what it be, bruh. Good morning to you too, Olga. Slavia said with a bright smile. Yes, morning. Okay, just don't forget to pack your things. We won't. Oh yeah, this is where we be leaving. Yo. What does she mean? Some hike again? I asked Slavia when we left to the canteen. No, today's the last day. Have you forgotten? Last day of what? The last day of the term. To say those words struck me dumb was like an understatement. Why so surprised? Didn't you know? It was announced during the lineup. I don't pay attention to them joints. Even at those lineups, which I tended to, I was just sleeping at my feet. Yeah, exactly. No, now you know. Slavia smiled naturally. And what should I do? Her words stirred a mass of emotions inside of me. On one hand, I wanted to get out of this cursed camp. At last, I might get some answers. I just have found something very important to me. And now I have to let it go? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. And when is the departure? In the evening, at 5 or 6 o'clock. Well, still a lot of time. Yes, but I have some things to do. I should find Xenia. She might be worried since I was absent for the whole night. Oh well, Warren is so much like her. See you at lunch. Slavia gave me a kiss on the cheek and ran away. I kept standing at the canteen's entrance. I had absolutely nothing to do, nothing to pack. The only thing to do was wander around the camp until evening and think. Would I give anything be able to empty my head for this 10 hours? A voice put me out of my trance. Hello. Nick stood before me, very merry as usual. You too, I replied absent-minded. You know, the whole camp is talking about you. I guess I know why. So you did it already? He asked, giggling. Do you really think that concerns you? Ooh, sting that boy. I'm a hornet too. Just because I'm a bee don't mean I can't sting back, bitch. Well, no, I keep quiet. You kind of rude, but I kind of mess with it. Leaving him alone with his speculations. I walked to the square. Why would he behave in a way that drives everyone mad? Although it's probably just me he maddens. Hey, yo, move, big head. I was completely immersed in my thoughts, not looking around. I didn't notice Miku until she bumped into me. Oh, sorry, I should be more careful. I was lost in thought and didn't notice you. You're always lost in thought. You know how it happens. Oh, and hi. I looked through her and kept walking. Man, I can't believe they fumbled Miku's ending. I'm still in disbelief, bro. I'm so disappointed. They could have done so much with this character. Oh, Simeon, wait a second. What's up with Slavia? Tell me. It's so interesting. It seems like everyone in the whole camp except me knows about it. No, I'm not that curious, but since everything is all so serious, saying that she is not curious is like denying a universal truth. Nothing special. I answered without turning back. Whew, we are cold. We are so mean. Well, if you don't want to. I try to isolate myself from the outside irritations, so Miku's others' words pass by. We are so rude. Hey, I mess with it, but it's like, dang, bruh. The square scenery was soon replaced by the beach. Actually, this looks better. What the heck? Luckily, the juvenile gem of the Soviet pop scene wasn't around. I took place on the sand and started gazing at the river. Why on earth is this whole camp so interested in my relationship with Slavia? In my world, nobody would have said a word. Because it's different. You're in this dream, bro. At least not out loud. At least you don't hear the things they say behind your back. For now, I was ready to endure gossip, just as long as I don't have to report it to everyone about my private life. The sun was rising higher and higher, and I was nodding off. My eyes was already closed, and suddenly I heard someone sitting next to me. What do you want, bro? Congratulations! Meaning? Don't you know? Yeah, it doesn't take Einstein to work it out. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of this. Everyone here just has to mention it. Enough! And what did you expect? It's out of the ordinary for the camp. I would even say it's exceptional. She laughed. And to show up to the camp leader just like that, and even Ugly couldn't manage it? Me either, probably. I didn't know how to respond to that, or whether it was a compliment or mockery. So we're just kind of like town heroes? Like what? You know, you're making too big a deal out of it. It was nothing unusual for me. Moreover, I don't understand why you have to poke your nose into my life. Dang, Simeon, just chill. They just trying to dap you up, bro. You did it, dog. You got the girl your dreams, bro. You said screw the counselor, bro. Like, come on. They can't give you a dap up. Don't you think it's just my personal business and nobody else's? Maybe so. At least it said mysteriously. We sat silent for a while. I wanted to leave as soon as possible, but Lisa was watching the pioneers on the beach, and it seemed like she was planning to go anywhere. So what are you gonna do next? What are you talking about? Today's the last day. Yeah, so what? Everyone will leave. So? And Slavia will leave too. And you will leave too. So? Golly, Samuel, what is this? You'll break up. I know that already, thank you. Oh, he is mad. He is bitter about this. Obviously. And what do you think about that? And what should I think? Can't stay here forever. Of course you can't. But what will you get? But what? You will let her go just like that? No. I mean, what can I do? Just get her number or something. I don't know. Hey, girl, let me see your number. Frankly speaking, I had no idea what to do next. My head was a complete mess. I was able to get out of there. The most important thing for me during that week, and now I have to answer a much more difficult question. How did summer romances end for common Soviet teenagers? And my romance was a summer one for sure. They just went home and that was it. I could live 1,000 kilometers away from each other. They could live 1,000 kilometers away from each other. In my case, in different worlds. It's not like one can come up with a decent solution for such a problem in a couple of hours. Like I know, it's up to you to decide. Okay, like then don't be talking to me like you gonna give me some advice. Elisa grinned, stood up and ran to the river. It was only in half an hour till lunch, so I slowly walked to the canteen. Pioneers had managed to occupy all the free tables, so I was able to choose quite a good place. But to my regret, not my favorite one in the corner. I was just about to start eating when someone abruptly pulled out a chair at the table near me and took a seat. Hi there, how are you? Bro, this ending is long. It was ugly. An extraordinarily polite version of her. I was fine until now, exactly. I sneered. Oh, come on. Better tell me, what are you gonna do? Eat? I sighed. I'm not talking about that. The session's over. You and Slavia are gonna part. Oh my god, this hoe is singing in my ears again. Get her out. Leave. What's next? It's like my future is a priority issue for all the local residents. Hey, what really is the matter? Just curious. Curious about what? I don't ask where you're going to do tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, or in a month. Why do you have to get into someone else's life? This is literally Kyon, bro. But a more crappier version. I'm not getting into anything. Ugly said, offended. I'm not really good at all that stuff. I was just about to say that. Save y'all was reading my mind, bro. True enough. You're still a kid. So you've got to explain since you're the adult here. What should I explain? So you're going to stay in touch through letters, right? They're going to go to the camp next summer together? Talking through letters. Sounds so wild to me. I don't mean the idea of paper sheets and envelopes. I mean the possibility of losing Slavia for a year or probably even longer. Or forever. So what? May I join you? I raised my eyes and saw Slavia standing near me with a food tray. Okay, it's time to go. Ugly jumped and dashed off to a far corner of the canteen. What are you talking about? You know her. What could we possibly be talking about it? See, he's trying to dismiss it. He's trying not to talk about it. Slavia smiled. Took care of your business? Yeah. Now I'm completely free. I can help you pack your stuff. It's not like I've got much to pack. Well then, you can help me with my stuff. Sure. That was the perfect opportunity for a quiet talk with her. Although I had not the slightest idea what I should talk about. Bro, you gotta grow up, bro. Like, y'all are BFFs. Soon enough, we finished our meal and headed to Slavia's cabin. If I have to run into that big-headed brat with the glasses, bro, I swear. Everything in it was clean and neat, unlike Olga's cabin. Dang, is that shade? Of course it is. Oh, I'm not sure what I should start with. Took out her traveling bag and started to rummage through the cabinet. Meanwhile, I sat on the bed, started to gather my thoughts. Do you have any plans after the camp? What are you gonna do? Well, you know. She raised her eyes to mine and gave a smile. I'll go back to school. Actually, you never asked anything about Slavia, bro. Like, this is an L man right now. Ah, yeah. And you? What about me? Sounded like I'm really considering going to high school for a second time. Me, well, I guess. Well, me too, I guess. You don't even tell her about what's going on. Although I really don't feel like going back to my city. Seriously speaking, I even felt like going back. I had nowhere to go anyway. Why? Just because there's nothing to do there. Nothing at all. And there's no one waiting for me there. But your parents? My parents, well, you know, they're not there now. But where are they then? You know where they at. Or maybe it's not like dead in a literal sense. They're sort of working abroad. Oh, so you're one lucky guy. She smiled merrily. Why? They send you foreign stuff and all. I wouldn't call my situation lucky as such. Well, anyway, don't be a sep. She looks like she really doesn't understand what I'm saying. I'm not upset about it at all. And it was true. Then what's up? Many things. For example, yep. I was about to begin a vast outburst about my situation. Wish not to part with Slavia. And when the door flung open with a bang and Xenia entered. You see, this is the remote. This is the remote to Slavia's mouth. Shut up. Be quiet. Lower the volume, why will you? Get away from my life. Just die. Here we go. Look at his big head, bro. I swear. Ah, there you are. Yes, we're packing. I see. It's a good thing that I didn't come 10 minutes later, or I would have disturbed your packing. And you would have never got anything to pack because you got nothing to pack. Slavia blushed and kept on stuffing her things inside the bag anxiously. Yeah, you're just jealous, bro. Leave. What's up, heroic lover boy? That form of address gave me the creeps. What? Nothing. She stared at me intently for some time. Watch it. Now, more than just yourself depends on your choices. I didn't reply with those words, and with those words, Xenia left the cabin. Yeah, leave. What does she mean? I think you could never know for sure. And yet, well, I wanted to talk to you about it myself. I was about to start, but then, about what? Slavia looked at me carefully. It's just today we're leaving, right? Right. We will move back to our cities. Well, yeah. And when will I see you again? Slavia grew thoughtful. I don't know. And I don't know either. But you could write me letters. Slavia smiled. She smiled, but her smile didn't bring me peace of mind. Yes, of course. But you know, that's not the same. What is it then? Can I go with you? I decided to take my chance and speak plainly. And what will you do there? She seemed not to be surprised, but a bit vexed. Studying, my parents, and what would people say? I wasn't thinking about the opinions of other people. To be honest, they didn't worry me much. Well, we can always find a way. What way? We'll think of something. Simeon, we're too young for this. Oh my god, bro. In fact, I'm not. Yeah, we know you not. So what? Maybe after some time. How much time do you need? A year? 2 years? 5? You say it as if... I don't know. She seemed confused. So everything that happened here was just a holiday romance? I was starting to get angry. No, of course not. Just... What? I'm not ready to discuss it right now. Let's talk about it later. When later? We only have a couple hours left till departure. Saya said nothing and continued to pack her things. I expected almost any kind of reaction from her, but not this. In fact, she just pushed me away. Turns out she doesn't need to continue our relationship, so I'm not that important to her. Maybe she just doesn't, she needs to sort out her thoughts because she hasn't thought that far, bro. You think it's only complicated for you? It seems to me that it's hard for you too, but for some reason you don't think so. And what if I told you I don't have a place to go back? Since last Monday, there's no more life for me, and I have to start from scratch. I don't know. That doesn't sound very reasonable. And it shouldn't, but it's true. And then what? Please explain. I came to this camp by accident. Actually, I'm from another time. Perhaps from another world. Okay, now you say it. From the beginning of the 21st century. I'm older than I seem. I don't really know how I got here. Slavia stared at me, but said nothing. The moments dragged on endlessly. I waited for her to laugh at me, to call me sick or even something worse. And why are you telling me all of this? She finally asked quietly. I want you to understand my situation. But it just sounds stupid. Of course. If I were you, I would react the same way. And what do you expect from me? I don't know. I just felt like I needed to confess. I'm not saying that you're lying, and I don't think you're crazy, but you have to understand. I just can't accept it. Yes, I understand. I just thought it would help you to understand my situation and my motivation for my actions. It didn't, to be honest. I sighed in frustration, and in my opinion, hasn't changed. You'd be better off. You need to pack your stuff or you'll be late. Dang, let's talk later. I wasn't gonna argue. If Slavia hasn't changed her mind after my confession, then it's pointless to press on right now. Oh, it's a wrap. She said, nope, this was a holiday romance, brother. You better think differently. Distressed, I shuffled off to Olga's cabin. The camp leader stood at the doorstep that looked like she was waiting for me. Why are you so gloomy? Did something happen? No, nothing. I just came to pack my things. Oh, come on, let it out. You might feel better. How do you think I can prove that I'm telling the truth to somebody who doesn't believe me? Are you absolutely sure that you're telling the truth? Absolutely. Then perhaps they might just need some time to consider. Except there's no time left. Then I don't know. She shrugged her shoulders in dismay. Well, it's something at least. I tossed my winter clothing into a bag and headed to the bus stop. If a couple of days ago I'd seen Icarus standing at the dig gate of the camp waiting for pioneers, I would have been the happiest person in this reality. But right now I wasn't in the mood to rejoice. There was still plenty of time left until the bus departure time. I sat on the curb and buried my head into my hands. Why so sad? A familiar voice pulled me out of my thoughts. Just had a fight with Slavia? You could say that. What's the reason? She doesn't believe that I'm an alien for the future, bro. Why would you say that so casually? She doesn't even know that too. I smiled ironically. I wouldn't believe it either, said Lena seriously. If I were in your shoes, neither would I. It's not a big deal. You'll make up from a curl. Yeah, well, there's not much time left to what? To make the right choice. After a while, the whole camp assembled together at the bus stop. Ooh. This is a different ending. I think this ending only happened when we had a good ending with Lena. Am I not mistaken? So it seems like Slavia and Lena are canonically probably the main routes that we're supposed to go after with this game. Everyone's here? Began Olga. You're leaving the camp today, and I would like to tell you something in parting. She was visibly nervous and desperately lost for words. I hope that you'll remember the time you spent here for a lifetime, and you'll retain only pleasant memories about Oceanic. I also hope that you become at least a little better, manage to learn something, and found new friends. Just come back next year. Camp leader turned away. She seemed like she was trying to hold back her tears. I didn't expect her to get so emotional, although her speech sounded like a complete nonsense to me, as usual. Of course, this is where I met Slavia. But now we're going through a tough time. And what will happen next is absolutely unclear. I didn't care about whether I'll miss this place, and Olga or not. Unlikely. When the pioneers started to get on the bus, I pushed through the crowd to Slavia. Let's sit together. Okay, she said quietly, even though I thought I saw the shadow of the smile of her face. The bus flew across the expanses of my new world. Outside, fields followed forest, and then calm rivers and highlands. I felt familiar with all of this as it was my own homeland. Anyway, the surroundings were at least of concerns now. I was trying to find the right words. I was trying hard to find the right words to start a conversation. We'd be just sitting there, probably for a couple of hours. But all attempts to strike a conversation had ended with one word, answers. Forget about what I said before. I don't want to make excuses or say that it's not true. It's just now the most important thing to me is you. I understand. She looked at me carefully. Even if I act the wrong way or talk nonsense, regardless, the main thing for me now is to be with you. And it will always be. I understand I acted too recklessly and planned stupid adventures, but we can try to make everything right, together. You and me. Slavia was still gazing at me. Do you realize that it would be difficult? That you can't just run blindly into the dark? Because then there'll be so many problems that we won't be able to solve. Look, bro, that's the whole point of love, bro. You do it together, you figure it out. Not in this episode. Yes, I understand that now. But for you, I'm prepared for anything. W. Riz. She didn't say a word, but kissed me gently and put her head on my shoulder. It definitely meant yes. I didn't want to bother her anymore. Let her sleep. The point is that Slavia understood me and understood what she means to me. Realized that I'll do anything for her sake. Even if I'm overreacting and deciding too early, she's ready to put me on the right path. The path that we'll walk together. Alright, so this is kind of the same ending where he's gonna go to sleep and then he's gonna transport. Alright, if you don't mind, I'm gonna skip all this because we've been through this so many times. You know, it's weird, we didn't wake up like in distraught, you know? Okay, so he's kind of like, you know, he took it more well than the other endings. Nah, you're not gonna do that. That nicotine gonna beat your ass. Yep. I already know who this is. Come on, y'all know. Yep, there it is. That's SLAVY'S. Maybe this is real. Ooh, that's a good thought to have. What the heck? A stranger? I mean, I don't know. They already got good connection, good energy. So I guess it wouldn't be too weird. Yeah. There it is. Yep. And we did it. The good ending. But it makes sense. It's kind of similar to Lena's and Elisa's endings where, you know, if you get a good ending with them, you'll meet them in real life. And this dream or quote unquote reality that you have turns into real life. Maybe it wasn't a dream after all. Somehow got into reality. I don't know. Is the end gonna get stuck at the top? Let's see. Oh boy. All right. We did that. So now let's get the bad ending real quick. So pretty much the bad ending, what it makes it different is day 6 where you just wanted to eat or you wanted to, is the last 2 options on day 6. So let's go back. So for the bad ending, instead of saying I want to take food for Slavia, you could just say I'm hungry. We have no reason to justify ourselves. Skip this. Where do you get that from? Okay, this seems different. She shouted. It's the first time I've seen Slavia like this. Let me put it differently. I don't want to go back to the place where I live and to communicate with you only by letters of phone or hoping the chance to believe. It'll be hard for me too. What's the problem then? You know, everything is up. Not everything's up to us. Then who is it up to then? Although we'll know what I would read. Okay. This is weird because like she wasn't like this beforehand. We had to leave the bus stop. So if this is the bad ending, how is she okay with this option? Because beforehand we left kind of unsure. Wait. You're so disorganized. You should have gathered them in advance. Okay, no, she just... Okay, I was about to say, I was like, what the heck? Can I skip this? No. I thought you... Okay, it wouldn't come. Didn't reply, just bound inside, packed my winter clothes and bag, ran out. Come already, it's time. Okay, so skip all that, and then we go over here. Okay, what do you think about life? And how's it going? Just great. She laughed softly. You know, let it wait a little. The bus is rocking me to sleep. I'll take a nap if you don't mind. Sure, go ahead. She read it on my... Rested on my shoulder and fumes fell. Oh, she didn't give me the kiss though. That's one thing to point out. Okay. Yep. And so now we're back in our apartment, waking up. Still different, even with the bad ending. Can we skip this? We can. Do we still get a... Let me see. Okay, even so... Maybe the return for some reason in my own version of my Cinderella tale. Even so, is it really a bad ending? One detail contains a bit of truth. Remember, Slavia stood up, took her to snow, went into the light. No felt no sorrow, no regrets. Maybe all just another episode of tale, warming dream. I wanted to continue. Okay. Look, sorry if I'm not reading. I've been reading for like 4 hours, bro. Let me breathe, bro. Is that it? Okay, so we don't meet. Okay. So I guess we just don't connect well with Slavia at the very end. So it depends on like what the options we actually pick to really make it a good or a bad ending. So that is the end of Everlasting Summer's Slavia's good and bad endings. I'm probably gonna have to split this up into 2 parts. So I was trying to finish it in one, but it's like 4 hours of recording. So I don't know how long I'm gonna chop it down. So if I edit it all in one go and like separate it in 2 parts, then you guys could probably get 2 parts, one on one day and then the next on the next day. So y'all eating good for this Everlasting Summer for a little bit. I didn't really expect Slavia's part to be this very like depth detail and different. Like there was just different situations that happened. Like despite him waking up, he didn't wake up in distraught or feeling like crap. It was like this weird noise, ambient sound in the background. It almost felt like it was okay that like he left with Slavia. I don't know. Like Slavia's route is the true ending. You know, we've seen that whole thing where he went against the camp leader and everybody was like, you know, aware of their relationship and stuff. So it's very different. Despite all of that, I do think this is probably the best ending so far that we've gotten from Everlasting Summer, but I liked it at least more because it gave us something different from like the copy and paste cookie cutter endings that we usually get from Everlasting Summer, because all of them were relatively similar except for like Lena's bad ending and stuff, where Lena like went full ham. I don't know if y'all watched it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but that was crazy. So the weird thing is we still don't get to really know Slavia. You know, despite my praise of this episode, I still think Slavia's background is very vague. Like, we don't know anything really about her. We don't know, like, what was she hiding when she had the thing bundled up? Even like when we got to the whole sex scene, it just felt like very like quick and abrupt. Like there was no like swift transition. Like, I don't know. They just said instantly, let's jump into it. So and that's just like my overall issue with Everlasting Summer. Is just kind of wish the game was longer in a sense to develop more interesting character development with these characters. The only reason why I would say this episode had an edge, especially with the good ending of Slavia, is because at least Slavia like showed that she cared about Semyon and she went to defend him instead of just sitting there helplessly. And it was interesting because like the good role model student that they make Slavia to be wasn't all good role model, you know, to their eyes, and it even shocked the camp leader. I just wish it was a little longer so we can develop more things with the characters and just see more from them, you know. But overall, I think this is the best ending so far, at least how like they made it to be, how you pursue them, how different it is from all the other endings. It was cool. It was great. It was good to see that they switched it up, you know. I didn't think it was that deep for them to be running away and stuff, but it made sense. They just want to be who they are and be themselves, and if they're together, they're together, you know. Who cares, you know? I'm still wondering theories about Shurik and the voices. We can only assume that it could be the doppelganger of Semyon that was talking to him, and that's why he was like suspect like of Semyon when he first saw him, when they finally found Shurik. I mean, it explains why he was attacking Semyon in the first place. But I don't know, it seems like he would be in a daze, because I don't know, it just wouldn't make sense, you know, like, and to be skeptical of someone who looks like Semyon, but then the next day he's like all cool with it. So I don't know, there's just a lot of things that's just not properly thoroughly explained, but Slavia being there made it more different. And in a way, like, I always understood Semyon was always kind of like rude and very cynical, but he was all out with this episode, telling the freaking camp leader off. He was rude towards Lena when they were like clearly together. It was crazy. So overall, this was a W ending. I actually like this, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what we're gonna get from Ugly then. I'm hoping we'll get more development from Ugly. As much as I hate her and her guts, I definitely hope that it's not disappointing, because it's gonna make me even hate the game more. Okay, guys, so but no, that's pretty much it, man. I appreciate everyone who's been watching from this point and on. Again, if you haven't seen the playthrough, bro, like, click the links in the description, bro. Like, you missing out. You get to see the other reactions to the other endings and stuff. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. You guys have any theories? Don't forget to let me know on the whole patch thing, the mods to make the game more interesting. Any thorough details on that, because I don't want to do it if it's not good. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm already tired of dealing with these mid endings, so I really don't want to do it if there's not like juicy content, you know. So y'all have to let me know if that's even worth looking into. And as per usual, watch the videos, guys. I don't just do Russian related content, although I don't have no issues, you know. I put in enough time just for you guys to enjoy all the videos, so it'd be doing me a favor, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to do videos anyway, so you do be doing me a favor, okay? Techno Babylon, shout out to Poner, that was also really good. So join the Discord if y'all want community nights. We need more active people so we can do them. We could do Minecraft server, let's play stuff on the channel, on the Discord server. We could all play together, or any other multiplayer game, or we can watch movies, animes, TV shows, you name it, bro. Twitch for extra related content, you know what I mean? If y'all want more content from me, you can pull up to the Twitch. And then lastly, Space For The Unbound, I am finishing that too, so that's probably gonna be the next video that comes up. I'm not too sure. If you haven't watched that series, place in description too. You can watch that fully. It's actually pretty cute, wholesome game. If it wasn't for Street Fighter 6 or Final Fantasy, it would probably been my goatee. That's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Black business as usual. Y'all stay blessed. Keep that space strong. I'll see you when I see you. Peace. Holy cow, bro.